Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Who's ready for some fighting words? So in this video, I want to do a final prediction for Jermell Charlo in his rematch against Brian Castano. And, the first one was really close. Honestly, I would not have been mad if it would have went to Castano. Like, I've watched it like 4 times already, since that night. And honestly, at first I'm like, oh, if it's a draw, cool. But now I'm not so sure I would have been mad if it would have been Castano who walked away the victor that night. So this fight's going to be interesting. And I'll tell you why. Because, I feel like both of them only need to do subtle adjustments. And see, it's one thing when somebody has to reinvent the wheel. But it's something else when all you have to do is do this instead of that. And then you have a full fight camp to do that. And then somebody gets sick or whatever happened to Castano. I'm not going to get into all that, But you have even more time to focus on that one thing or the two or whatever, how many things. But the simple things that you need to do to guarantee yourself a victory the second time around. And when I look at Jermell Charlo, I mean, honestly, the only thing that he really needed to work on was, one, pace yourself, because he did get a little fatigued in the end, and 2, stay away from those ropes. But 3, if you get caught in the ropes, which, is 12 rounds, it's possible, how do you get yourself off the ropes? I think he's had more than enough time to drill on how to stay off those ropes or how to tie his man up and switch position to where he can be off those ropes and he can get out of there safely. And then when you look at Brian Castano, I think it's the same thing. Really quick, if you like these videos, please like, please share, please subscribe. If you like, great, share it with a friend. But let's get us, because I feel like we're in this together now. I honestly do. Get us to get monetized so we can do more things, so I can put out more videos, so I can put out more just content. There's a lot more things that I would like to do. Unfortunately, I need a certain amount of subscribers to do these things, so that's where you come in. So please tell a friend of a friend of a friend, and let's get us there. But back to this. So, that's Jermell Charlo. Now when I look at Brian Castano, I mean, he had a nice little guard. I mean, he kept the high guard, which was good. I don't feel like he was the most active, which I feel like he needed to be more active when he was off those ropes. And he was also very stationary. So again, that's not hard things to implement. That's not hard things to drill. That's not hard things to... Listen, if somebody can't dance, if somebody can't float around a ring, I'm not telling you to float around a ring. But what I am saying that you can do, you can drill yourself to do a sidestep. Simple as that. Brian Castano was pretty stationary. Brian Castano kind of would just sit there. And he had moments where he would flat out wait. Or he would wait for Jermell Charlo to finish his combination before he did anything. Like, Brian, you do know you can hit him while he's hitting you. You don't have to wait. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you don't have to wait. Just hit it back, or back off or whatever. But I felt like when it came to Brian Castano, one of his main things mentally was like, I'm holding ground, I'm holding court. And it's like, dude, there's more important things than holding court. Because you can hold court and still lose a round. You can hold court and it still look like you're losing to the judges. I know with a lot of judges, if you hold court and you stand your ground, it looks like you're doing something when you're actually not. But you literally can do something else, sidestep, so that was another thing. With me, that was my main gripe with Brian Castano, his lack of activity in the center of the ring, and then his inability to get out of the way or to move his legs, to reposition himself. Now, again, you take the amount of time that it has taken these guys to get back into the ring, and, outside of the training camp, there was a little bit more time out of the ring because, whatever happened with Castano. So I'm just like, this should be an interesting fight. I will say I am leaning toward Jermell Charlo for one reason and one reason only. His rematch with Tony Harrison. I mean, he completely dominated Tony Harrison in the rematch. So that mixed with the fact that when he did lose the first time to Tony Harrison, like, he's not the type of person to show his emotions. So to see him cry and break down and what that did to him, I know that's a feeling he doesn't ever want to feel again. Now, granted, no fighter wants to feel that. When I'm in the ring, I don't want to, have somebody beat me up or whatever the case. I don't want to lose. But it really, really hurt him. And I think it motivated him in the right way. And he came back with a fire, a vengeance. And I don't think that vengeance was just for Tony Harrison. I think that vengeance was for boxing and his division. That's what I think that vengeance was. So for that reason, I'm going with Jermell Charlo. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think he's going to have to face a lot of adversity, and I think he's going to feel pain in more than one round. I think Brian Castano feels as if the system has failed him in the ring in the first fight, because he strongly feels as if he won. And like I said, I started off with the video with saying I honestly could see how he could feel like he won. I watched the fight over and over again, and I got to tell you, if I were Castano, I would not feel like a loser. And the only thing that hurts more than being a loser is being a winner who walks out a loser. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how he views that, but like, I'm pretty sure that's fuel. That's fuel. And I'm pretty sure that's motivating him and that's driving him. And I'm pretty sure that's going to give him what he needs to be, to bring his best, bring his A game. Like I said, there was tension with the two camps prior, with, the first matchup. Now you get all this extra stuff. Jermell Charlo feeling like he had to wait even longer to get his hands on Castano again. But I gotta go with Jermell just for that one thing. I really feel like he's on a course to where he can unify and he can do a lot of things in the sport. But I feel like, yes, he has some vengeance from the Harrison loss, but I think that vengeance now is aimed at boxing. I think it's aimed at his division. I think he used it to obviously, get his belts back from Tony Harrison, but I think it's more tunnel vision than Tony Harrison. And I think Brian Castano falls in line with Jermell Charlo's tunnel vision. And I think that's where the collision course is gonna end up. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be easy. I think if Jermell Charlo can just simply stay off those ropes, I think if Jermell Charlo can pace himself and not throw 150% in every punch he throws, sometimes you can pepper somebody with a jab just to set them up with something. A great person to look at who understands varying the power of a punch through sequence is, Usyk. He's perfect at it. He knows, well, I can just kind of get his attention with this. I can pepper him with that, and then I can land a hard right, or I can land a hard jab or something like that on the guy, just to soften him up. Also, to keep him in position. Because if you hit somebody too hard, they're going to move out of position. But if you just pepper them up, they'll probably stay in position. Lomachenko is also somebody who's well aware of that. Floyd Mayweather, he's great at that. But you have Charlo, and it's just like he puts 110% in every punch. That's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, because it actually worked against him with Brian Castano. One, because he ran out of his gas tank, and two, because he was overextending when he was throwing those big punches. And a lot of times he was off balance, and Brian Castano took perfect advantage of it, So you got to be careful with that. You got to learn, listen, this is my advice to both guys. Jermell Charlo, pace yourself. Pace yourself. Just don't try to kill the guy with every single shot. Obviously, if he's hurt, take full advantage of it. But if he's not hurt, there's no sense in you rushing in like the Navy SEALs. Take your time, pace yourself. Take your time, pace yourself. Build the house, okay? Just pace yourself. Stay off those ropes. If you get on those ropes, learn how to tie your man up. You don't have to infight, because that clearly isn't your game. But you can tie him up. You can make the ref break you guys up. He'll set you guys back up in the center of the ring. And you can fight again, and you can take control again from the center. not off those ropes because you don't do very well there. And he tends to just kind of freeze up when he's on the ropes. When it comes to Brian Castano, listen, sidestep. I'm not asking you to dance around the ring. I'm not asking you to float like a butterfly in the ring. But I am asking you to step side to side. I am asking you not to wait for Jermell Charlo to finish his sequence of punches before you punch him back. That is not the true definition of counterpunching. All right? No, you don't wait for the guy to stop punching you in the face so you can punch him in the face. You can punch him in the face at any given time. Break his rhythm. That's counterpunching. So you had that, but also move your legs. Move. You can go this way. You can go that way. But move. Don't just sit there. Also, yes, I love how Brian Castano would push Jermell Charlo to the ring. Now, the most important thing is to keep him there. But those are my thoughts. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have another one of these videos, maybe tomorrow, as a matter of fact. But those are my thoughts. I just feel like Jermell Charlo has this. You drop your comments down below. As always, please like, please share, and please subscribe to my channel.